they call 1029 Victor, which is their code for stolen vehicle. They tried to stop it, and it took off. They were, as you mentioned, on and off in surveillance mode. The watch commander was a little iffy on whether or not he wanted to let them do that. He did allow the sheriff's helicopter. At one point, there were 3 sheriff's helicopters overhead. I was mentioning to you guys earlier, they're flying more than they usually do tonight. So they've had eyes on this, a lot of eyes on this for a long period of time.
Yeah, that's right. You can see the ground units on the ground there. The CHP just engaging, as Desmond was just talking about. This is the pursuit of a stolen vehicle right now on the southbound 710 freeway, and it's going pretty fast along the freeway, a good clip at least 100 miles per hour. Granted, there's not a lot of traffic out there right now at this hour, but there are still people out there.
Thankfully, all going the same direction, which is good on the highway. We're still going 100 miles an hour. And at night especially, you know, you're not able to kind of get that depth perception that you do during the day. So anything could happen in this situation. He's kind of threading the needle right there. You see him go right through those vehicles, Des. Some aggressive driving for sure. Do we understand how they came about knowing that this was a stolen vehicle, Des? Was it a run on the plate, or did somebody call it in?
Yeah, it sounds like it was a run on the plates. You know, pretty typical here for a lot of law enforcement when they're at a stoplight between another vehicle. You know, a lot of them have those automatic license plate scanners, and so you know something will tip them off. I'm sure you know some kind of alert on their dashboard computer there will tell them, and then that's when you know they don't immediately go into pursuit. When something like that, someone that you know is more likely to run, they want to get all their ducks in a row. So you start hearing them on the radios talk about, hey, you know, this is coming back stolen. Can I get some support? A few more units come in. Hey, can we get the helicopter overhead as well to be prepared just in case this person tries to run? And lo and behold, that is exactly what happened. Now, again, this is now CHP's pursuit. LA County Sheriff's Deputies helicopter overhead. They may get CHP's helicopter or fixed wing involved in this at some time. I haven't heard about them being inbound yet at this point. So CHP on the ground, deputies helicopter overhead, as we are barreling southbound here between 90 and 100 miles an hour on a trajectory here with Long Beach, unless we take the 105 freeway.
Well, Mike, have you heard any chatter about how many people are inside this car?
No, so that's something, I mean, again, and I think, you know, it's dark outside, but I think there's also some tint issues going on. So CHP is just starting to get their ducks in a row. I can hear the sheriff's helicopter kind of communicating to the CHP dispatchers. Here's what we know about it. Here's what our involvement was. But no, we have not heard a count of the number of people in here, but we do hear CHP already kind of talking about post-pursuit tactics. They want somebody with less lethal involved, potentially a K9 unit. So, you know, they're trying to get everything situated, and we're actually going to transition into a different CHP offices area here soon. Right now, these are officers from the East LA station, but we're going to be coming into their South LA station here soon. So we'll probably start to see that swap out that we always do of the CHP officers.
Let's talk about those tactics, because obviously this is going to have to come to an end in some way, shape, or form. He's almost hits that car. He's on the right-hand part of this southbound 710. Des, you said earlier this week you couldn't believe that there was a third pit maneuver, only the third one that you saw. That was on a highway. They were successful the week before that when they were able to put a spike strip out on the highway. Who knows what they might use in this situation, huh?
Yeah, you know, this is a very different sort of pursuit so far. We've got really, really high speeds on this one, and this guy indicating I'm going to drive on the right-hand shoulder if I have to get around. And so, you know, that tells me CHP not likely to want to risk getting along that right-hand shoulder with any spike strips or anything like that. They're probably going to, if they're going to stick with this one, if it gets onto surface streets, maybe we'll see an opportunity for a pit maneuver if they can get, you know, one of their SUVs in here, maybe an opportunity for some spike strips off of the freeway. But while this is on the freeway, I think in this instance, they're most likely to keep with it. You know, that was a really rare event a couple of weeks ago. That car was going pretty slow, staying in the same lane, and it gave CHP, you know, it really kind of opened up their tactical options. This time, considerably more limited here. We'll see what they do as we approach the 91 freeway.
Yeah, we're going to go past the 91 freeway soon, and they already passed the 105 freeway. And if we keep taking this, as we all know, this is going to take us into downtown Long Beach. where we saw a pursuit end last week, actually, into Long Beach, or this past week, excuse me. We've had so many pursuits this week.
And the 710 is very popular
exactly.
this week with pursuits. That is the third one where we've been on the 710.
Yeah, no kidding. And I was just going to say about pit maneuvers, along the freeway. Looks like they are getting off the freeway now. But, we're talking about pit maneuvers, especially at these excessive speeds, the CHP is not going to do that. But also just the fact that this car is a high-profile car and not a small sedan that we're, usually looking at oftentimes. They have different pursuit policies when it comes to pit maneuvers, for higher vehicles or higher up vehicles. Looks like they're running that red light, making that wide right turn past those vehicles, and just going to start going through these residential areas now.
Des, let's get it back up to you because quite a bit has changed since the last time we checked in with you.
Yeah, right off the freeway at Long Beach Boulevard, took that off-ramp really fast, slammed on the brakes, almost lost control there. We saw him almost lose control on the freeway as well. There is the sheriff's deputy's helicopter there going through the shot. You can see they still have excellent eyes on this vehicle with their spotlight. Widen out here momentarily, and there's CHP as well. We'll see. Maybe they'll get an opportunity for a pit maneuver here, but so far this driver is really intent on keeping quite a bit of distance between them. Oh, what was going on here? Right up onto the curb. Oh, CHP is right there. Might have been a good chance for a pit maneuver to try to kind of box him in there, but a pretty failed turn there by this suspect going right up on the curb. But because they were in a truck, they were able to pull out of that pretty quickly. And now as we head back southbound on Long Beach Boulevard towards the 91 freeway, if the suspect, we'll see if they're getting ready to bail from the car. That was the last two pursuits we had once they got off the freeway looking for a place to ditch this vehicle. So we'll see here.
Yeah, that could certainly be the MO here. We see that quite a bit. They get the service streets to try to find a place to bail out and get into a neighborhood.
Spike strip attempt.
Oh, there we go. That's your right.
Wow.
Oh, and I think he's going to lose it right there. Take it, Des.
Wow. Yep. Oh, yeah. Geez, I think he might have hit that spike strip, or he saw the spikes, and now we've got a lady out and running here. Is that the driver? We'll stick with. They're coming to clear the vehicle, swarming the vehicle. It looks like this was the driver, got out the passenger side. 5 of the officers coming up to try to catch up with her. She's got her purse with her, and looks like she's already running out of steam here, and she is going to get tackled here, taken down to the ground by, swarmed by the officers, Artesia and Long Beach Boulevard. Did not take long after this was off the freeway to bring this one to an end.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a big purse. She was carrying something like a bag or something out there.
And she was running fast.
Not going very fast.
Yeah, my goodness.
Okay, well, they were able to track her down pretty quickly.
What about the driver, Desmond? Are they still looking at the car right now?
I think she was.
I think that was the driver,
that was
and
the
she got
driver.
out on the passenger side. Yeah, I think she didn't want to get out on this side here. But that there was really quick work. CHP that was back there on lanes there on the northbound lanes. They had spike strips in that short time they were on Long Beach Boulevard. Were able to get out and deploy that and have it ready. I couldn't tell if it was successful, but at the very least, I think it distracted this suspect, and they lost control of the vehicle, slammed into that pole, and brought this all to an end without any injuries.
Pretty quick, right after the spike strip that seemed that the deflated the tires pretty quickly. She lost control. Now it's going to be pretty much a code 4. Looks like the stolen vehicle suspect is in custody. A woman that kind of lost control in the North Long Beach area after starting this all in Temple City not too long ago. So we'll leave it at that. Des, thank you so much. Disneyland fans, it is that moment that you've been waiting for tonight.
Yeah, it's your chance to win Disneyland tickets, and we're going to give you that code word now, and tonight's code word is adventure. You can go to our website, kcalnews.com/contest to enter that code word. By the way, the code word changes every day, so be sure to keep watching for your chance to win tickets to Disneyland, courtesy of KCAL News.
All right, without further ado, let's get to Jamie Maggio in Sports Central. Hey, Jamie.
The pursuit wrapped up just in time.
Exactly.
Here we are for Sports Central. Very excited about it. Coming up, we've got a great show for you on Sports Central, so stay tuned. It's coming your way next.